Hello friends, welcome back to the video series in Oracle PL SQL programming. In this video, we would discuss on the unique constraint. Unique means the data inserted in this field where unique constraint has been passed must be non-duplicate. Such as in the table of employee, every employee must have its own mobile number and email ID. So these fields or attributes for the employee table have to be unique. When passing the unique constraint, we can assign the name of the constraint or we may not. During no assignment of the name of the constraint, Oracle itself assign any name by default. But unique constraint can be through column level as well as through table level also. So when this constraint is passed through column level, only this column is assigned. But when this constraint is passed through table level, we can pass or assign in a single column or multiple columns. When this constraint is passed through multiple columns, the uniqueness is applied in the combination of columns. Let us check how uniqueness can be applied. Suppose when the uniqueness is passed through the column level. The table here represented has two columns. Suppose C1 and the C2. These two columns are in the table. C1 has the unique constraint and also C2 has the unique constraint. So suppose we have the data represented here in the C1 column 1, 2 and 3, and in the C2 suppose 1, 2, 1. There is no problem for the C1 column as each and every row contain the different values or the unique data. Suppose here the 1 is unique, 2 is unique and 3 is unique. Now there is a problem in the C2 column as the column C2 already contains the data or the value 1 in the first row, and as the C2 column has the unique constraint, so it is not possible to assign once again the value 1 in the third row. So uniqueness in the column level means each and every row in each and every individual column must have the unique value. So there is no problem for the C1 column, but there is the problem for the C2 column, and in the third row the value 1 is not possible. So if we write suppose 1 to 4 here, or in the third row the value is 4, that is possible in the case of uniqueness in the column level or through column level. Suppose the unique constraint is passed through the table level. In this case, once again, we have a table and which has two columns C1 and C2. The uniqueness of combination of columns is applied in the case of table level. Suppose here the C1 and C2 columns in combination has the constant, that is the unique. So what happens? Suppose if we write the values 1, 1 here, that is possible. Suppose 1, 2, that is possible because the combination is 1, 1 and 1, 2. Suppose 2, 1, that is also possible. But suppose once again in the fourth row 1, 2, has been given, but already the second row is containing the 1 2, that combination. So it is not possible here. That means the uniqueness is here applied on the combination of columns when we are passing the unique constraint through the table level. In this case, two columns combinations have been demonstrated. Same thing happens if more than two columns combination is there also. Now let's start with the hand-on experience. And for that, we have to start the SQL plus. At first, connect to the database system, and the password you know already throughout the video, that is password. So we are now connected to the Oracle database, and for that next demonstration we are clearing the screen at first. At first, create a new table, and for that we are create, then table, then suppose the name of the table is test 3, left parenthesis, and then suppose column is the name of the first column, then suppose the data type is number, and then the constraint, that particular keyword, then the name of the constraint, test3 underscore call1 underscore suppose unique, then the unique, that particular keyword, comma, then another column suppose call 2 with the data type suppose varchar2 and also with the size 20, then the constraint, that particular keyword, then test3 underscore call2 underscore unique, that means the name of the constraint and the type of the constraint is unique. Then another column suppose call 3 and suppose data type is number, another column call 4 with the data type number, and another column suppose call 5 with the data type once again number. Now the statement constraint with the name of the constraint unique, test under 3 underscore unique, and also the unique, that particular keyword with the left parenthesis call 3 comma call 4, end of parenthesis. What happens here in the first statement and in the second statement, that means in the column 1 and column 2, unique constraint is provided in the column level, but in that line of script, that is assigning the unique constraint in the table level, and column 3 and column 4 are the combination of fields assigning with the unique constraint. We can also provide more than two columns. Suppose if we write column 5 here, that must be written in the way we have written here. That means the keyword constraint, then the name of the constraint, then the unique keyword, and in parenthesis the columns we want to add the unique constraint, but at that moment we do not want to add the column 5 here. So the right parenthesis and the semicolon, and the table has been created. Let's check the structure of the table. So test 3, but here we cannot check which columns are assigned with unique constraints. Later we would see how to check all the constraints assigned with which columns. Now to assign the unique constraint to any particular field or attribute after the creation of the table. Let us check the statement. In this table test 3, col 1, col 2, col 3 and col 4. These 4 columns or attributes have already been assigned with the unique constraint. So if we want to add the constraint with the column 5, then we have to write the statement like that. At first clear the screen, alter, then table, then the name of the table, that is test 3, then add, then constraint, then the name of the constraint, table name underscore. We are providing at that moment the column 5 with the unique constraint, so that's why underscore call 5, then the unique, that particular constraint, and the constraint unique keyword, and also in parenthesis the column which we want to assign at that moment. And here now end of the statement with semicolon. Now here the col 5, that means you must check the column name must be right. Case sensitivity is not an issue, but column name must be right. Press enter and the table altered. Once again, if we want to check the structure of the table, we cannot find which columns are assigned with the unique constraint. Now, let us use this constraint unique in the previously created table, that is employee. So, we at first check the employee table, and here email ID and the contact number, these two columns must be unique. So we can use the statements here. Once again, at first clearing the screen, and once again we are checking the structure of the table employee. So first of all, alter, then table, then the name of the table here, that is employee, then add, then constraint, that keyword, and now the name of the table, or at that moment we are providing the name of the constraint, employee underscore, the column which we want to provide, that is email ID underscore, the type unique, and the unique keyword, and in parenthesis the column name. So here that one is email ID, semicolon, table altered. And in the same way we can change the contact number column also, assigning with the unique. So contact number or contact no, here the name of the column, and here also we are providing the contact no. So check table altered. So this is the way how we can use the unique constraint through the column label and also through the table label. And also we can assign the unique constraint during the creation of the table or after creation of the table also. In the next video, we will discuss on the primary key constraint.